Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. Hey everybody, welcome to the Roundtable. My name is Robert Bannon. If you're listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network or you're watching us on YouTube, I'm so excited to be here with you today. You know, inspirational stories come in all shapes and sizes, and there's a brand new book that you need to check out, you need to grab, called Not Just Sunglasses and Autographs. It's by an author named Tommy Burke. You know, some of his life and his stories, from Hodgkin's lymphoma to Parkinson's disease to entertainment to, you know, fighting the fight in the pavement to get out here in this show business world. This is definitely a conversation that will leave you inspired. Allegedly, Tommy wants to talk about musicals. I'm ready to talk about, he's at the right place. Welcome to the Broadway Podcast Network. You know, we are going to talk about musicals. If you want to listen to us every day on the Broadway Podcast Network, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, or you can watch us on YouTube. So TommyBurke.com is where you can get the book. He's got a code. You can save money. You can go to Amazon. You can go to Barnes & Noble. You can go wherever, but go to TommyBurke.com, read all about him. You're going to hear about it now. Ladies and gentlemen, author extraordinaire Tommy Burke is here.
How are you? That was an amazing intro.
I'm trying, Tommy. I'm trying to, you know, keep it going.
I'm sure. You set me up such a big intro. I'm falling short.
No, you're never going to fall short. Well, let me ask you this.
I'm no Ian Margaret. I know that.
No. Oh, I hate when they do research. Then because now you won't know what you already know. This show is a mess.
I'll tell you a story about New Jersey.
Yes, please.
Well, my grandmother was from Poland, and she lived in Passaic, New Jersey. So I went to a rich school, Boston College, because my father taught there. You know, I could afford it. So I'd go to all these rich kids at BC and go, "Hey, my grandma's from Passaic," and their faces go, "Oh, yeah." I love Passaic, though.
You know, Passaic, next to Newark, in between Bergen County, off Route 3. You know, I'm here for Passaic. I'm all about the Passaicness of the Jersey. I'm rep Jersey, Tommy, all day.
I know, that's why I gotta be honest. When people tell me from New Jersey, I go, "I'm sorry to hear that."
That's okay. I understand. Look, we have a certain swagger and a certain, you know, it's an acquired taste, Tommy.
John Sadis from there. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah. There you go. I see. Well, all of us amazing actors are from New Jersey. So, Tommy, you have spent 30 years in television and film production. I'm sure that's a lot of craft, a lot of crafty, a lot of walkie-talkies, a lot of cold days and long nights. What made you want to go into show business?
Well, first I'll say on my TommyBurke.com is a lot of pictures of me, and I'm literally 30 pounds heavier.
So am I.
I was Chicago PD, and they had pierogies almost every other day. Pierogies, Polish. You gotta love that.
You worked on Chicago PD for what, the last 5 years or so?
Yeah.
My family loves that show. My cousin loves that show. My father loves that show.
Super.
You know, I love the episodic television shows, and some of the shows that you've worked on being CSI Miami or the pilot for Desperate Housewives, or, you know, all of the stuff that you did. How did you get the nickname the Irish Bull, Tommy?
Because I never went to film school. Bringing back to Boston College, my film teacher said, "Film, yeah, chemicals." They were all about keeping these kids, Irish immigrants went to Boston College. They're keeping these kids in suits and ties. I mean, I could wear shorts and t-shirt to work at a film studio. So they didn't believe in film business. So I just got into it, and I was in the restaurant business. I didn't go to film school, so I didn't know anything about film. But I was in the restaurant business for 10 years. So I learned about how to just keep things moving with humor.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you talk about when did you get diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma? How did you find out you had it? And what is the reaction?
I was on a Jerry Bruckheimer pilot. That's the big game. That's the show. I found a lump under my arm. So I'm kind of, you know, bullheaded. So they kept moving the pilot, and I kept moving my surgery, and I had to do it on the day I was working. A friend was supposed to pick up my car, didn't pick up my car. I drove home after surgery because I needed to get back to work.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Irish Bull. And and then after you have that, you go on to get thrown a curveball, Parkinson's disease. My uncle suffered from Parkinson's disease. I know what kind of disease it is. We've learned a lot about it through activism and people like yourself telling your story. What can you say about that battle and that journey in your life?
It's a tough. I mean, one of the reasons the book is to tell people not to give up. I just talked to an old boss today about his brother-in-law. He doesn't want to talk about it. I say in the book, when they give you a diagnosis, run home. Automatically run home. Exercise is the big key. I work out every day of the week. Because I'm on video, my head's shaky. My head usually doesn't shake this much. How's your uncle doing? Did he pass away?
He had a very long, he lived with it for over 35 years. You know, he lived into his almost 80 years old. But it was a real a struggle for his family. It was good days and bad days, and you know, a journey.
Yeah, it's tough, but you know, you got to exercise, get into it. That's why I didn't write the book just to talk about the great things I did. I do a lot of self-deprecating stories. I also tell how to get in the film business. I pull no punches.
Were you scared to write the book?
No, because I always was doing something. So after I left Chicago PD because of Parkinson's.
Yeah. Okay. And then
I just do things. I just start and do things.
It's a fascinating, the book, everyone, while we're talking about it, is called Not Just Sunglasses and Autographs. And you could get it, like we said, you could go to Tommy Burke. If you're listening to us on the podcast, it's TommyBurke.com, and you could grab it and get a copy sent right to your house. What does the title mean?
I was on a show, a movie with Sean Astin, name dropper. Oh, your toes. And he was talking to some fans off the side, and they were getting autographs. And I called back to say, because we need to shoot. He turned to the kids and said, "It's not all sunglasses autographs. I got to work now."
That's
so that. Yeah.
That's a great title. What a great title it is. And then who was the first person you let read the book?
That's a good question. I had a lot of people read it along the way. I mean, I have my friend Erin Anderson was an editor. She did an amazing job. Erin Anderson did a lot of this. She's so smart. It goes by my Pulitzer Prize though.
But it really is. You know, it talks about from being a bouncer in bars in Boston to working on television shows and movies. And if you are somebody who has been going through something, we've all been through these past few years have been rough, Tommy, from the COVID of it all to the world, to money, to politics. If you are struggling, or you need a lift me up, or you need someone to tell you to get yourself up there and go, this is the book for you. Is that from your upbringing? Is that tough Boston Irish in you that is ready to fight? Like, what makes you?
My parents were, we lived in a rich town of Newton, which is outside of Boston. But we were treated rich. My father's family was on welfare. My mother's family was Polish. So they had a tough upbringing. So, like, case in point, I had to go caddying every weekend when I was a kid. I didn't have to, like, you're going caddying. So I just worked hard, and the film business was hard, so I had to bust my ass to get into it.
So what is the advice you give to people who want to get into the film business?
Just do something. Get the book, because I do a lot, but it says just do something. Get in. I speak a lot to people, classes and all things, and I say, I'll say to one guy, "You're a script writer. This guy over here is an actor. Why aren't you working together? You're a DP. Why aren't you shooting a short part of the movie? Don't just schmooze. Get in and do something."
You know, Tommy, I can't agree with you. I have students. I teach musical theater at NJ in Newark, next to Passaic, and a lot of them say,
"Good callback."
See, it all goes back to Jersey, Tommy. I don't care that you're from Boston. I don't care. So my students say to me, "How do you do it? How do you get an agent? How do you get the?" Don't focus on the work. Put some work out there. Go create something. Go make something. Go do something. You know, and it all can follow there. You had 9 operations. You had chemo treatments. You were working on 14-hour days, working on television shows. Did you ever sleep? Are you is it what love of life, love of work, love of busyness?
I just could give up. I also want to say, before I forget, the last thing about your students, my favorite expression is like, you're never going to meet anyone in your living room.
Mm.
So get out there. It's just tough. I just would give up. I just couldn't give up.
I hear you. Well, and here you are, not giving up at all, and thriving and writing and out here and making your story inspirational for so many others. Have you heard from people who have read the book and have how's that been to hear from them and hear their reaction to your story?
Well, I'm not big cocky. I got 66 positive reviews. So I heard from a lot of people. I mean, it's pretty good. 66 5-star reviews.
That sounds pretty good to me. That sounds really good to me. All right, Tommy, why do you love musicals? Tell me why.
Because the human condition, you're striving for something better. My favorite musical, and I mean, you guess it once I tell you what it is, but it's Man of La Mancha.
Oh, so good. But that music and the impossible dream, I mean, that goes back to your book. I mean, things are impossible. You strive for better. You just keep going and overcome the odds. It's such an inspirational story. Why Man of La Mancha for you?
Because all the reasons you just said, perfect reasons. Just striving. I like Rent.
Oh,
I like Fun Home. I like having a QFC twice.
You really are. You are a little musical theater nerd like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Being in Rent was the most moving experience. That I did the tour. I toured with Rent. I did regional productions of Rent as Roger, and I don't think that you can do that show and not be changed or moved by this "no day but today" mantra and the toughness of that time. Living in tough conditions, overcoming tough obstacles, kind of seems like that's your theme. That's
well, I saw the movie. I didn't see the play, but I watched it. I watched behind the scenes. It's actually this ties into what we're talking about, and they're talking about the director, and not sure the director goes, "Oh, wait a minute. He died the night before the play opened."
Yeah,
and they're tell you to get up and do something. I don't know what does.
yeah. You know that I can't either. I don't. I mean, like there is no day but today. The play was going to open the next day, and then Jonathan Larson dies, and never gets to see the success of the show. Do you, as a director and as an assistant director on all of these shows, for people who don't know, what does an assistant director do?
We do the real work.
Oh, that all right. Well, let me tell you.
I'm retired. I don't care. I'm retired.
I hear you. Listen, this is what I know. If you are a principal on set, or if you are, and you can talk to the director. If you're a background person or you're non-union, you're not talking to the director. You're talking to the AD or other people on the set, and you're the one really setting up shots and doing all the prep work and really making sure that the camera and cinematography and the set and everything. You're like the nurse to the doctor. You do all the work, and then the doctor comes in and signs the script and goes home. When working with directors, did you feel like the collaborative process was great? Did you like having a director? Or were you always?
The thing about TV is it's more of the writers and the crew medium. In movies, your director's all director, so you had a little more control. I got to bring another. I swore to you I would not. I asked you not to make me talk about musicals, but I bring up one more story. I was on Chicago PD, and this big black man, you'll see why I tell you, he had to go somewhere. I found he was in that night he had to be in Book of Mormon, the lead guy. I said, "Yeah, I'm getting you out of here no matter what I do. I'm getting you out of here." I was just so impressed. I said, "I'm getting you out off the set."
So, Tommy, you're retired. I was going to say, if I'm in a musical, then you just book me for TV, and then you'll get me to the show on time. And, I feel like in New York, a lot of Broadway actors do television, and they look for Broadway actors on TV. Did you enjoy working with actors?
Yeah, I did. I like actors that came from humble beginnings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure. I know that 99.9% of the world doesn't do what we do, and we all should be really grateful to be in the room. To be for
People
sure.
think assistant directors bring the coffee to the director.
Yeah.
It's a big difference between director's assistant and assistant director. There's two different worlds.
Yes, absolutely. You could be the assistant director, and I make a mean cup of coffee, Tommy.
I always had when I was in Chicago, first day on the set, they bring me my Dunkin' Donuts with lots of cream.
See, that's how you know you have Boston or Jersey roots, because you said Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly.
That's what we have. When people read this book, is it something they should take on vacation? Is it something they should read what is it, just anything? I'm sure it is funny. I'm sure it is touching. I'm sure it is real. Who is this book written for?
And I'm going to say everyone, because it talks about behind the scenes. And the great thing is most of the chapters are 2, 3, 4, 5 pages long.
So
I talk about when I was got carjacked. I talk about the time I got hit by a car in my leg. I talked about the process I do to overcome it.
So look, we all have something that we want to overcome, that we're scared of. So this is the book for you. Whew, Tommy, if I sat with you and we watched a TV show, do you enjoy watching, or are you always is the director always living inside of you?
If it's a slow movie, I saw something today where I said, this is like worse than saying I watch porn. I watch Murder, She Wrote.
Okay.
And the actor came in, and he stopped abruptly. He came in, the actor's ego wanted to come in fast, and he had to hit his mark, so he slammed on the brakes. I knew he was doing that.
That's funny. Angela, there's no shame in Angela Lansbury. We were talking about musicals. I mean, here we are.
I'm wide open. I'm no Anne Margaret.
No. Was our highest watched video last year, Anne Margaret, as it should be. When you say
you haven't heard this one yet.
That's right. So Tommy Burke and TommyBurke.com, and get a copy of the book while we're talking about it. It's not just sunglasses and autographs. There's real life conversations and stories in here. When you say about hitting your mark, which is not as easy as it looks, Tommy. I'm trying to tell a line and walk on set and hit my mark. How should a director, or how should an actor, or both, communicate with each other? I have this conversation a lot with those students about, they're in school plays, or they're trying to get in there. My director, I don't like it. I don't understand. They feel intimidated. How do you build a good relationship as a crew and cast when you're working on something?
Well, I'll give you a little tip. Remember Andy Griffith's show?
Yes.
This is not the tip. He would walk. He'd always stop at his mark with his head down.
Yes.
He's looking at his marks.
So,
but I say, be kind to the crew. When so many points, go to a grip and say, I'm going to get a cup of coffee. You want one? The crew will melt. They'll melt. They'll do whatever you want.
Absolutely. I know. I spent 4 years doing all sorts of nonsense on stage at Saturday Night Live. That crew was there from the earliest of the mornings to the latest of the night, literally moving stuff all over the place, and with a lot of pressure and not a lot of thanks. No notoriety, no people screaming your name after the show is over. But they are the heartbeat of the crews are the heartbeat of every theater, TV, and film that you watch, and concerts. That you are the reason we get to work as artists is because of the crew. And now what, Tommy? The book is out. You can't sit still. So what are you going to do?
Well, I got to talk to Robert Bannon. That was
No, I got to talk to Tommy Burke, and we didn't even talk about baseball, because then we're going to fight, and because he's from Boston. And
what was your team?
Oh, the Yankees, of course.
What? Can't hear you.
The team that. Why does Boston have a lot of good actors come from Boston? What do you think?
I think they come from it's the real grit of the street. It's not easy. They don't have I'm trying to find the right word. a flourish about acting. They're not trying to be an actor just to get autographs and sunglasses.
See, you are a publicist's dream. You just dropped that right in there. That was, that was well, I may have to go listen to Fun Home because of you brought that show up. Or Man of Vermont. Do you have a favorite version of The Impossible Dream?
Richard Kiley.
Okay, yeah. I mean, what else can? Of course, Tommy.
Would you like me to come to your classroom?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Where are you located now, Tommy? Where do you live?
I'm in a very dark place. I'm Redondo Beach, California, but I travel a lot.
Oh, good. Stay in this. And what do you do besides working out? How do you take care of yourself? What did you have a routine?
Doing these things, talking to great people. I mean, the book has also saved me. I tell people the reason I wrote a book was to write a book because I have no wife or kids. I have no job. I have a beautiful view of the ocean, but I don't care so much.
Yeah.
So I was the challenges. I'm always into challenges. So I had to do this.
Well, you did it. And not only did you do it, 66 plus reviews, a ton of testimonials and people talking about how great the book is. And you're touching a lot of people's lives while doing it. Not just Sunglasses and Autographs is out now by Tommy Burke. Go to tommyburke.com, Burke, and you can go get yourself a copy of it and take a moment, read it and enjoy it and be inspired and wake up tomorrow and go out there and hit it. Go get it.
Go Red Sox.
That's it. We're done. What? I didn't even hear. What? Excuse me? Did he just say the Red Sox on my show? And, football? Do you like football too?
The Patriots are not doing so good.
Yes, but I don't know a lot about football. I'm a gay musical theater guy, Tommy. You're lucky I even knew who the Red Sox were. No.
I would say I'm the largest single straight white male that loves musicals.
There's a couple out there. There might be one or two more.
They're 61 years old.
Well, I like it. I like it a lot. I appreciate you and appreciate it.
I want to come out to your classroom and I want to go to any classroom again. I want to spread the word about never giving up. Always trying to I think that people need this, especially the younger generation need this message today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, do it. You're going to screw up, but go ahead. Don't back down.
Absolutely. You're 100% right, Tommy. Tommy, I'm inspired. I love you. I appreciate you're fun. You're a good time. I would love to have a slice of pizza and a good laugh about your life and journey. And I want people to go out and get the book. I want people to enjoy it. And if you want to find more information, when you go to tommyburke.com, I know people could reach out to you. I know that you have a lot of things going on and people could stay up to date. So, stay up to date and see what's kicking and make sure you get 2 copies. Give it to somebody that needs a pick me up and a push and get yourself one as well. Tommy, you're my new friend. I appreciate I'm so happy to talk to you.
Let's have a 3-way interview with Ann Margaret.
I'm gonna reach out to her people right now. She will come to she's out in the West Coast too.
I don't think she can handle me.
You're the best. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you so much, Robert.
I love a character. What a character. Tommy Burke, y'all. I told you that people are excited to share their work and their art, and we are happy to have them here, and we are excited to have them here. It creeps me out when people have watched me or looked at me. I think I'm talking to my friends. My mom's watching. My man is watching. I got engaged, everyone. I did get engaged. I'm engaged to a beautiful, beautiful man. And even with me being engaged to a beautiful, beautiful man, I can tell you about the Yankees. See? Don't stereotype me. That's right, people. Well, I love being here on the Roundtable. I love the Broadway Podcast Network. I love my YouTube channel. I love that you watch me. We are live every Thursday night on YouTube with a brand new show. We have such craziness going on. We have amazing red carpets coverage on Broadway Podcast Network and also on YouTube. We have charity events. We have live interviews. We have so much coming up to you. So stay up to date at robertbannon.com. Listen to my music wherever music is heard. Come see me when I'm doing a show and say hi. tell a friend. And I look forward to being here. Remember, the best is absolutely yet to come. You're so perfect and so beautiful. You're so cute. Hang in there. You got this, everybody. Talk to you again real soon.